Hello, this is the third installment of guided practice sessions for my more advanced students. As always, we're going to start with our daily warm-up page. We're going to start with long tones today, something I want you guys to focus on. So the first note's B flat, the next note's A. So you really want to pour that B flat into the A. You're going to pour the B flat into the A flat. Pour it into the G. So what this might sound like, instead of having just like we might have something more like so all the notes are really connected. One way of thinking about this is that you're just playing one note with several pitches. Let's go ahead and try this. We're going to start from the beginning and play up until that first double bar line. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Let's keep going. We'll start right after that double bar line and go on to the next one. 1, 2, 3. As we keep going down, it's going to be more and more of a challenge to keep these notes connected. So let's try the rest of this warm-up exercise and see how it goes. 1, 2, 3. Hopefully that went okay for you. Those low notes can be kind of tricky. Just a reminder, if you have a compensating instrument, that means it has extra tubes on the back, you just finger those low notes the same as you would in an upper octave. You just add fourth valve. So D is going to be first and second valve plus the fourth valve. Let's go on. We're going to keep using this idea that there's one note but several pitches. So we're going to start with the 3-note slur. So this note is 8 counts long, and it's going to change pitches 1, 2, 3, 4 times total. So really see if you can blow through this. Here we go with the 3-note slur. 1, 2, 3. challenge and continue going down. So that was 2 and 4. Next up we have 1 and 4. 1, 2, 3. Hopefully that went okay for everyone, and hopefully your face is feeling pretty good so far. Let's move on to one of the 5-note slurs here. We're going to skip the one that's quarter notes and go on to the one that's all 16th notes. This is the pattern. So here we go. 1 and 2, 3 and... Alright, if you haven't worked on that one before, it can be quite challenging. So take some time to look at it over the week and see if you can make it a little better. Let's move on to the next lip slur, the 16th notes that go between B flat and D. We've looked at this one, I think, in every single video. So we'll see if we can pick up just a little bit of speed, but not too much. So here we go. Ready. In previous weeks, we've gone to the lip slur that's directly below this one, but this time I want to actually play the next one. It should be sextuplets that also oscillate between B flat and D. The goal is to keep it the same tempo. So if you're da 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 da, then we're gonna be da 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 da. Okay, let's see if we can get it. 1, 2, 3. So there's another one for you to work on this week. I could do lip slurs all day, but I'll spare you guys and we'll go ahead and move down to this Falcone range builder. Last week we did 2 of them. We did F, which is written. We did G flat, and I advised you just to hold down the same fingers the whole time. This week we're gonna add G as well. It's the same as G flat in that you can just hold down 1 and 2 the whole time until you get to the second to last note, which will be B natural, back to your 1 and 2, back to your B natural, and then 1 and 2 the rest of the way up. So let's go ahead and start with F. Let's go ahead and give these high notes 8 counts this time and get us a metronome going. Last week's 6 counts was a little too short. So here we go, 8 counts for that long note. 1, 2, 3. Here's G flat. 1, 2, 3. And now up to G. 1, 2, 3. Hopefully that went okay for you. Next, let's check in on this articulation speed study. Last week we did it at 90. Why don't we kick it up to 94 this week? Okay, and again, this is all single-tongued. We're going to follow the B-flat scale up to F and then back down to B-flat. So, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Alright, I apologize for my mistake there on that E flat that I switched to an E natural. I let my brain wander a little bit. So make sure you stay in the moment. Last but not least, let's go ahead and play this bottom line where we're going to start pianissimo, crescendo to forte, and then back down to pianissimo. Let's do these for 8 counts. So we'll do 4 counts getting louder, 4 counts getting softer. Here's the first note. 1, 2, 3. Next note. 2, 3. Next note. 2, 3. Next note. 1, 2, 3. Next note. 2, 3. Last note. 1, 2, 3. All right, hopefully you guys are feeling warmed up and ready to play. If not, you can feel free to go back through some of these exercises that we skipped, or even just try some of them again to make sure your face is really ready to go. We're only going to play a portion of a duet today. Anytime I'm playing a duet with my students, I always get asked, do I have to play the grace notes? The answer is yes. It's part of the music, you should play the grace notes, but they can be really hard at first and maybe even a little bit intimidating. So let's just play through this line once together, ignoring the grace notes. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Grace notes are going to come in before the beat. So at the beginning here, the first measure will have. All right, let's do that even slower. So 1, 2, 3, and. Okay, so that C on beat 3 needs to stay on beat 3. The grace notes needs to be before. The grace notes need to be before it. F, D, ba da da da. That C's right on beat 3. Back up the tempo now. Let's try it together. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's skip to the other grace note here. This one should sound. Again, the E flat's on beat 3. Try it with me. 1, 2, 3. How's it sounding? Try it once without me, but I'll count for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. F, D, ba da da. Did you get it? Again. 1, 2, 3. All right, hopefully you've got the hang of it. If not, just rewind, try these grace note things again. Let's play it through once with the grace notes together. 1, 2, 3. Okay for you. I would recommend you take a moment to pause the video now and try it once without me. But we're going to go ahead and do it together now. So I'll be on the bottom, you'll be on the top. Go ahead and look at my part. Are we playing the same rhythm, different rhythms, similar rhythms? What's the vibe here? Am I higher than you? Am I lower than you? All right, and we will do the repeat. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. As always, if you need another go at that, go ahead and rewind it. But otherwise, great job. All right, we're to the part of the video where we're going to be working on the Voxmann etude that we're all looking at. Again, it's B flat major. And if you don't have a copy of this one, let me know and I'll see how I might be able to help. We're going to start by playing the first 5 lines with a metronome on 100, since we were kind of around 80 to 85 last week and you guys were supposed to be working up the tempo all week. So here's our handy dandy metronome on 100 for the quarter notes, 100 for the quarter notes. First 5 lines. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next up, this is in cut time. So if we take our 100 beats per minute and divide it by 2, we get 50. So if the quarter note's 100, the half note is 50. So this means it'll only beat on 1 and 3. You should really still be thinking 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Subdividing is vital. So let's go ahead and try this once with it on cut time. 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm hoping that everybody's starting to get into a practicing groove here. I know I am. The first week, we did the first 2 lines. The next week, we did the next 3 lines. This week, we're doing the next 4 lines. So we have a little bit more to learn this time. But hopefully you've already got the general groove of the etude, and that will help you with the rest of it. So let's go ahead and just start with the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 beats of this. So the first measure and a half. Because these partials are all going to be kind of tricky to hit. It's all fingered open. It should sound like this. Let's try that together. 1, 2, and ready. Let's do it again. Make sure you're playing the accents. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. The rest of this line is exactly the same as the first line. So this is sort of a recap of sorts. And you can even see the next few measures of the first line, the first few measures of the next line are very similar to the second line of the etude. So really start seeing these similarities. It'll help you in the long run. All right, let's go for it. We're gonna play the first line and the second line of this section here. Let's see. Metronome on 75. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. The wrong last note. I don't know about you guys. Let's try the second line again. We can leave out the first note since it's tied over from the previous line. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, hopefully that went better for you guys this time. Let's try it one more time. But this time, I just want to hear the accented notes. And the accented notes only happen on beats 2 and 4. So, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's go ahead and add in these staccato notes now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so hopefully you've made it through that now. Let's play the first 2 lines together now. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right, we're ready to move on a little bit. Let's just do the next 2 measures together. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so it's mostly F arpeggiated kind of things. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and then we have a similar measure. Let's do the next measure. 1, 2, 3. Next 1, 2, 3. All right, let's do the whole line now. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, there's only 1 line left. Go ahead and take a second just to look it over. Make sure you got all the fingers. Here we go. No need to play the first note since it's tied over from the previous bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we're going to spend a few minutes working backwards here. Let's go ahead and just play the last measure. 1, 2, 3. Again, 2, 3. Back up 2 beats. 1, 2, 3. Same spot. 2, 3. Great, we'll back up 2 more beats. So now we'll have the last 2 measures. Don't play the first note since it's tied over from the previous bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 2, 3, 4. All right, so hopefully that helped clean that up a little bit. Let's do the last 2 lines and put them all together now. So last 2 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry. One more time for me. 2, 3, 4. All right, we've officially made it to the end of the etude. Good work today. Keep it up. Keep practicing this. Join me on Tuesdays at noon for a live warm-up hangout kind of thing on Zoom. If you'd like the link to join, shoot me an email and I'll be sure to send it out to you. Thanks for joining me and practicing.